Today is the last preparations of everything. Good morning to everybody. People have been messaging me. There's only one bike, one helmet, and one or two toys per vehicle. That's the rule. Has been that way for 38 years now. It's not fair to other families that also want a bike, that maybe they have 2 or 3 children also, but they're there to get a bike. So if the first 50 people come in and we say, well, there's 2 or 3 kids, so we put 2 or 3 bikes in there, then somebody at the end's not going to get one, and that's not going to happen. So I'm sure that won't be good news for a lot of people, but hey, it is what it is. We're trying to help as many families as we can, and the stuff you receive is all free. So if that upsets you, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to change the rules. They've been that way for 37 years, this being the 38th year. So tomorrow morning at this time, if we're not open, we'll be close to opening. Volunteers, try to be there by 5:30. We got a lot of stuff. Is there going to be a traffic jam? Yes, there always is. The 2019, I guess, it was the year before COVID, we did it right here at the museum parking lot, and yes, the child needs to be there. And the line went all the way down University to 7th Street. This shopping center in front of us, University Park, they couldn't open until about 11:30 that morning, and they were upset, and I don't blame them. But there's no other way that I know how to put 1,000 or 1,500 cars come into one area without causing a traffic issue. Volunteers, there'll be places to park. Our front people, order takers, whatever they're going to call it themselves, or what I call them, Bill Palmer and group. Jeff Petrie has a couple of his daughter, and then I think a daughter-in-law are going to help. We need 4. I'm hoping Don Estook will be a order taker. So we're going to have 4 lines. And we're going to try to get it done as quickly as possible. What if it rains? If it rains, we're still there. And I need people to pick them up because we don't want to bring those bikes back. The weather forecast at this moment is still, now it's 65%. They change it every hour. But it shows here that it's going to rain from 2 to 5 a.m., about a 40% chance, and then it's going to be gone, and then at 7 it's supposed to be back. I don't know. I'm not going to look at it. If it rains, it rains. There's nothing we can do about that, but we've had in years past, one year it snowed, we still did it. That was when I was at 1015 West 7th, next to the Firestone. So it's here. This is Larry's Kids giveaway. It's going to happen here within 24 hours. The inventory will start being moved at 3 o'clock this afternoon. That's how much stuff we've got. I don't know how many trips those guys are going to have to make in those trailers. I think we have 7 trucks and trailers, and I think you can put about 30 bikes on each one comfortably. So say 200. Well, they're going to have to make 7 trips with 7 trailers. Mika is in, so the toys and various other things that are not in the warehouses will be picked up here. I have some of the people that help us every year, Sam McNeese, Jeff Petrie, And I need really one more truck if somebody's available at 3 this afternoon. We need to move all of the toys and stuff over there. Site Barricade, I want to give them a thumbs up. Besides donating $5,000 to our giveaway, they are providing all of the cones, 250 of them. So we're ready. If Mother Nature calls on us, she just calls on us. So volunteers, wear your rain gear. It's not going to be cold, so it's going to be in the 50s or 60s. George is in, so it'll be a big event. Who was the what? The person, Santa Claus, that's Jody Dean. That's what he'll look like tomorrow morning. That is Jody Dean. He's been our Santa Claus now. Brittany, do you remember how many years? This is either his 4th year or 5th year. Let's see, he was here for the COVID year. He was not here for the 2019, so 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24. This is his 5th year. He was here for the COVID year. That was 20. He was here for it was so cold, 21. Then 22, we moved to Farrington Field, 22, 23, 24. This is the 3rd year at Farrington. Yeah, and that's his 5th. Hold on. This is our Cleburne group. Congratulations, good luck on the giveaway. Some of us will be there to help volunteer. Super. Y'all look me up. I want to meet y'all. In the 90s, where was it? It originated at 1015 West 7th. 7th and Henderson, next to the Firestone. Then, when I moved from there, when the apartments took over, we moved to 2713 West 5th, across from the Montgomery Wards. It was there for the rest of the 90s and into the 2000s. Then we moved across the street to 2732 West 5th, and it was there for 3 or 4 or 5 years. Yeah, and then we moved here in 19, and it was here 19 and 20 and 21. No, yeah, 22, 23, 24. Then we moved to Farrington Field for 22, 23, and now 24. So we moved around a little bit, but we've never missed a year. How many volunteers do we need? Over 100. I was visiting with Bill Palmer yesterday, and he thought we had last year about 50, and we gave away 750. 753 to be exact. So, yeah, we just need... But we're also going to speed up the process by having 4 lanes instead of 2. We've had 2 the last 3 years. Then before that, we only had one line. That's when it stretched all the way down University to 7th Street. Hell, there was 2 miles of cars. So you can still be part of something special. Go shopping, bring it to us. I'll be here till 2, and then we're going to start loading trucks and moving the inventory to Farrington. The police will be at Farrington this evening. Customer support, what is that? I need to sign up for that deal. There's a deal where stuff comes out of your banking account and you don't know what it is. Good morning. Ohio, good. Thank you. Because I've got shops in different states, and different areas of Texas. So I just got an alert. $15.30 comes out. That's been going on forever. I don't have a clue what that is. But I mean, down in Texas City, there's one that comes out for $43 and something cents. I've got them coming. I need to sign up for that deal. I'm scared to take them off. I'm scared it might shut the water off or something. I mean, but for years that $15 and whatever has been coming out over the years. That's probably $1,000. Yes. Yeah, it was here and it's already gone over there. I was in here doing an interview, and they brought their stuff, and we had some of the maintenance guys, and they were loading a trailer up, and they just put it on there and took them off to I don't know where those went. We've got the warehouse full. Monica, I don't know what to tell you. You need to have the child there. That's one thing that we look for. There's Dub Peacock. That's just been a kind of a standing rule, like the one bike per vehicle rule also. So yeah, the Cleveland bunch, and they ended up giving us, she gave me a count verbally yesterday, 30, and this is not the lady that always asks the history questions. They brought us 34 or 35 bikes. That's a lot of bikes. And I think it was 20 something helmets, and then toys they've given over 60 or 50. So they did their part. What else? The Fort Worth Police will be there. We want to thank them. Cops for Kids, they're always with us every year. I mean, there's so many people to thank. I'll start thanking everybody on Sunday or Monday. Probably Monday. Probably Sunday I'm not going to do anything. This is kind of a grueling process for several months, and then it winds down to tomorrow. If you're coming as a volunteer, you want to bring kolaches, donuts, whatever, you're fine. The All Saints baseball team and TCU baseball team, I want to thank them for helping move the inventory. Good morning, Prissy. We're going to change up the actual delivery process a little bit. I'm going to put the toys and all the balls and stuff up at the front. So when you're coming down the line, you'll be approached by Sandy Flowers and her group. Tino's in that group. They will get your toy or toys. We're going to have a final count this morning. Then you'll move up and you'll get a helmet and a bicycle. The front people, the order takers, Bill Palmer and that crew, he's the captain of that crew. They use markers to put on your windshield so that the volunteers, as you come down the line, will know that your bicycle is either for a girl or a boy, and if it's 10 years old or older, or 10 years young and younger, then they'll get one with training wheels if you need training wheels, or tricycles. So we're pretty, a lot of our volunteers will have done this many years. So, and for the new volunteers, don't worry about anything. When the gates open, it's nothing but just pandemonium. It's just cars after car after car. So we're hoping to have enough volunteers in every group so that you can get spelled if you have to go to the restroom or anything like that, or you just want to take a break. So that toy group should be hopefully about 10 people. The last few years we've had the toy deal at the end, and that created issues last year and probably before that. And so we're going to rectify that with people that are able to say, hey, you can't do that. We had one year we had a lady with several children that they were told me they were going to help. She wanted to show her children what it was like, and well, it come to find out they were loading up 2 vehicles with stuff. That won't happen again. So it's not fair to the people that are coming that need help for us to load up one car with 3 or 4 bikes and a bunch of toys and send you on your way. It's not going to happen. So if you have to blame somebody, blame it on me. That's my rule. And it's been that way for now 38 years. But we're going to give away a lot of bikes. Way more than we've ever given away. We're not going to double last year, but we're going to get real close. I don't think it's supposed to be. It's going to be like in the 50s or maybe 60s. We should be done by 10 or 10:30 at the latest, I think, with 4 lanes. Who's Santa? Jody Dean is Santa. I posted his picture yesterday. Who is what? The mayors. We've talked with, of course, Maddie will be there. Betsy will be there. Mike Moncrief said he would be there. I was there when we talked to him. And then city council members and different people. I think we're still on with Pat Green. I'll find that out shortly. Kyle's on the road coming in from Post, Texas to, what time is it anyway? Yeah, I'm okay. He went hunting yesterday, and so he's coming back in. So most all of our board of directors will be there. A lot of y'all, it'll be the first time either receiving or helping volunteer. It's a fun event, but it's very sad. I mean, when you stop and think of the circumstances, but at least we help with one day of this year a little brighter for some families. There's over 230,000 families in Tarrant County under the poverty level. So if you're wondering if you're able to get something and you live in Haltom City or Hurst or whatever, if you're in Tarrant County, you're good. I'm thinking they're changing the weather forecast a little bit. The Cleburne group's going to have how many? 4 of us. Okay, that's good. Y'all be sure and find me. I'm all over. I walk up and down the lines. We've got whole families that volunteer. Husband, wife, and children. It's a learning process for everybody, really. It just shows everybody that when you get up in the morning, you're hungry, you can go to the refrigerator and there's something in there. Well, some families, that's not the case. Every year we have gas with gas cans, jumper cables, air tanks, because some of those cars, we've had to push them through. We've changed flats. And the line will start today. It always does. I venture to say by 4 in the morning there'll be 50 cars there. So if you're lining up tonight or early in the morning, don't leave your car unabandoned. People have done that before. They'll put a car behind the line thinking that they can come at 6 the next morning and it'll get towed. The city tows it. So do not park a car and lock it up and say, well, I'm third in line or something. No, you're not. You're towed. No, it's already in. It's already in. The museum needs contributions or donations, but it's already in the. They didn't bring money. They brought actual inventory. Sherry Holt bought a bunch of tamales from that Basham Foods. They've got them over there on Hemp Hill for $4.95 a dozen. John is in. Scott is gonna, I don't know about live streaming it, but there'll be lots of people posting pictures and live streaming. I'll do a lot of videos. Jody was supposed to call Channel 11. He works real close with Channel 11, and I don't know if it's today Channel 8's supposed to mention us or whatever. I don't know why I didn't get a lot of coverage. Arlington gives away more than we do. We could change that very easily, but we're trying to keep it manageable. Hold on. Do what? I didn't even know that door was unlocked. Yeah, start getting the toy bags together, I guess. All right. Okay. I'm looking at Channel 8. See if there's anything. I don't know how you find out where their stuff is. I don't know how I can find just the lead deal or whatever. Because I was there when Kyle was talking to news headlines, people who also asked local. Is that where it's going to be if it's there? And it's not on there that I can see. Maybe they're just going to send a truck out there to take pictures. Yeah, I don't see anything. John is in. Okay, so has anybody else got anything that... Well, Scott's going to be calling me in a minute, but I'm going to go ahead and do our sponsors. Deputy Woodard. I don't believe I know him. I know a lot of those constables and deputies. Start off with Casey Crawl Insurance. They're our Medicaid and Medicare type insurance company. The early enrollment is over. It was on the 7th. Winstead Paint and Body, Clay Winstead. They're a sponsor on our group every year, and they also donate generously to the bike and toy drive. Techstar Pools. They'll build you a new pool or remodel yours or do the stuff around the pool, landscaping. Schwartz and Hanson Architects, Rex Benson's Rex's Bar and Grill. I need to call Rex and find out when the estimated opening of that is going to be. That's going to be fantastic. Lots of room, lots of seats. Rains Plumbing. That's a family-owned business, and they're real good at plumbing. Railhead Barbecue, Charlie Guerin. He brought in a lot of money for Larry's kids. A lot of money. Passport Getaways, if you're planning a trip, a cruise, airplane, whatever. If it's travel, they do it. The Optimist Club of Fort Worth, they're supposed to be done tomorrow, I think, Jeff Norman said. But our tree is beautiful, not only because it's a beautiful tree, but because Ginger Sanders, I mean, it's really unbelievable. I'll take a bunch more pictures of it here this morning. Old South Pancake House, that's another Rex Benson owned company. The one on University is open 24/7. The one in Burleson closes in the evening, 9 or 10 o'clock. K Ranch Roofing is our roofing sponsor. Jenny Stewart is our State Farm insurance lady. If you've got insurance with somebody and you're not happy with the rate or you just want to check it, call Jenny Stewart. Hart Painting. David Hart and his wife Sherry are very active in our community and do lots of good stuff. Now you can find these sponsor lists on our YouTube channel or on FortWorthMemories.com. Cross Electric is another family-owned business, electrician, if you need an electrician. Fort Worth Lumber is Emily and that group have been with us for years and years. Where was I? Somehow, okay, here I'm back. I've already done them. Already done Jenny. Did Cross, Fort Worth Lumber. Express Dent is owned by Dick Regester. He lives in Florida now, and his operating partner is Eric. They're at White Settlement Road in Carroll. If you got door dings, hail dings, whatever, those are the folks to take it to. Dickie Carr Sand and Gravel. That's Richard and Pat Carr. Very generous with donations for all of Fort Worth. There's Sam McNeese. He'll be here at 3. Here's Dickie Carr's nephew, Richard Carr's nephew. His name is Dickie Carr. His company is Grateful for Your Trees. So if you have any tree issues, Dickie Carr is the gentleman to call. Why is that not? Oh, okay. Steve Coburn, Coburn's Catering. They still cater all your parties, events, all of that stuff. Let me move up the... Burt Ladner is a real estate company that Wes Williams is involved with. Eric Walsh is also a new sponsor, a real estate sponsor. A lot of y'all know Eric, and y'all all know Wes. Dub Peacock's company, A-Bird Air Conditioning and Heating. So if you hadn't had your unit, if you remember last winter, well, it wasn't as warm as it should have been. You need to call them, let them come out and check it. Because once that real cold snap comes where we're right around freezing for 4 or 5 days, you'll wish you had it. And we need a veterinarian sponsor. We need a lot of people. We need a sign company. So, a mechanic and a florist. I've given up on trying to get a florist. I don't understand their issue. I guess they're all rich. They don't need any business. Okay, who's Deputy Woodard? He's a Tarrant County deputy. Yeah, I'd love to have him. Just have him, if you know him, tell him to get a hold of me. I know most of these constables over the years, but I don't believe I've ever had the pleasure of meeting him, but I look forward to it. Oh, there's lots of giveaways, you know. Everybody does a little something, and it's really not a drop in the bucket what we all do, but it helps. So different people give away different things. Some people give away food, and some help with bills or whatever. Our deal has always been, it was originally just bikes. That was for they all had to wear a helmet, and so we didn't buy helmets. We just gave away bikes. And then every year, a few people would say, hey, well, I'm bringing a toy too. There's Marilyn. Good morning. So toys kind of got worked into the scheme of things. But helmets now, of course, for years, it's been our mainstay. We've had to have helmets for all the bikes. We don't want to send a bike out there without a helmet, and we've got plenty. The nonprofit, our nonprofit group has bought 1,000. Then a church group or a hospital group brought us 100, and I think Sandy said we got 170 in here, so we've got almost 1,300. That should be right about what the bike count is. If you're thinking about Christmas ornaments, Fort Worth Memories, you've got till tomorrow to order them, and then if you want them before Christmas, Scott can't. Tomorrow's the cutoff date. Scott will be there doing photos and live streaming. We've got a backdrop that is going to be good for pictures. There's a lot of moving parts in this deal and a lot of people. Lindsay McGuire is our comptroller, and she does a marvelous job. She puts a lot of effort into it, and nobody gets paid for anything out of this nonprofit. 100% goes to the giveaway. Some of these places I see, the Red Kettle or the whatever, look them up, and that ASPC, look that deal up. I don't think 50% gets to the animals. They all use administrative cost. Not us. There is no administrative cost. If somebody has to get paid, they need to go get with another nonprofit. It's not this one. And it won't ever be as long as I'm running it. Okay, so Scott, I got to start moving stuff around. Yes, I did hear from Rosie again yesterday. She's going to come by Sunday. Of course, I think the reason now is because she's only got one job at her sister's restaurant, and so before she had 2 jobs. Rosie she's always been loyal, but she worked for me so many years. Anyway, so we're going to have a powwow Sunday and see if we can work something out. Great employee, loved her work. Just some issues there that we need to get ironed out. There's James Vincent. 5:30 or 6 at the latest if you're a volunteer and you want to. There's a place that'll be coned off for volunteers. We've got 250 cones coming today about 4 or 5 o'clock. Of course, we need to set up the 4 lines, then rope off or cone off the area for volunteers. So the logistics of it is a nightmare. 7 trailers, probably 200 a load, or 250. 4 or 5 trips with 7 trailers. We've touched these bikes now twice at least, some of them 3 times, and then we're going to touch them again today. The inventory will all be there by midnight, I hope. Fort Worth Police will be there by 7:30. So everybody that's involved, I thank everybody. If you haven't given anything or can or whatever, just pray for us. Pray for the kids. Okay, I'm going to sign off. I got to get moving here. Today is moving day. See y'all later.